ekiro bodaboda zasusa kola no stage maaso go gasaro ngeri Erias Lukwago ngakolawo stage kyokati bujjo stage taliiwo nekesi yetamanyi kesi yetamanyi bazaawo simbalinda basabaze ababodaboda ngabana so bambega ba police bambega wadawo kati olidde sawa nga 11 drone kwe kujja nesala ke kikomere ekyo niye kikako ku gate weyekiisaawo ngatakiza muntu n'omu kuyingira.
This morning, June 15, 2026, Uganda woke up to a shocking development that has sent shockwaves across the country's political landscape. Erias Lukwago, former Lord Mayor of Kampala, senior lawyer, president of the People's Front for Freedom, and one of Uganda's most prominent opposition figures, has been arrested today, taken from his home in the early hours of morning by Uganda's Elite Special Forces Command. No warrant shown, no charges announced, no official statement from the government. Stay right here because in the next few minutes we are going to break down exactly what happened, who Erias Lukwago is, why this arrest matters, and what it could mean for Uganda's going forward.
Bawabidde Muhoozi Kainerugaba mutabani wa Museveni akulira amagye ne Kano omu n'omulala Lieutenant Kano abawamba Besigye okuva e Nairobi babawabidde omusango. Kati omulamuzi baguma n'agamba nti gujja kuwulirwa nga 3 naye n'abawa empapula za kkooti ze balina okuwa abawawaabire Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Kati olwaleero Lukwago yadde alangiridde nti agenda keera kunoonya Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Kati Muhoozi Kainerugaba talinze kumunoonya, akedde kusindika drone ezirimu JAT ne SFC, amaka ga Lukwago bagasazeeko.
Now let's start with the fact as we know them right now. Early this morning, residents near Lukwago's home in Wakaliga Rubaga Division, Kampala, began noticing something alarming. Military vehicles, plain clothes, operatives, uniformed soldiers, all surrounding the home of one of Uganda's most well-known opposition figure. Erias Lukwago himself was the first to break the news, not through press conference, not through his party, but on X, formerly Twitter. He posted, "2 drones have sealed my home with the security operatives hovering around." For those unfamiliar, in Uganda, drones is the street name for the minibus vehicles commonly used by security agencies during arrests and abductions, and this morning there were multiple of them outside Lukwago's gate. He told journalists he woke up to find both plain clothes and uniformed personnel completely surrounding his residence. He was preparing to take his children to school. He could not leave, he said, and I'm paraphrasing here. "I don't know why they are here and what they are looking for. I haven't spoken to them and they haven't spoken to us either." Then things escalated. According to eyewitnesses' account, Special Force Command operatives scaled the perimeter wall of his compound and entered the residence. Moments later, Lukwago was bundled into a Toyota Hiace vehicles and driven away to unknown location. His wife Nalongo Zawede Lubwama Lukwago confirmed that no legal summons have been issued. Not that morning, not in the days leading up to it, no paperwork, no explanation. He was simply taken. As of this time of recording this video, neither the Uganda Police Force nor the Uganda People's Defense Force, that is UPDF, have issued any official statement. His whereabouts to remain unknown.
Nyuma bamaze ne bavaawo ndoza nga BBS nazo sasanya mawulire. Besasanya mawulire ne bavaawo ne befuula nga bagenzi ne tuyingira. Mu kuyingira tubadde n'abamawulire bafera na BBS abamuli nga baddewo Sadonga badde wano Sadonga nga ali mu ddiro lye kwa ade yetesetese yasuze nga ina gyagenda ngagenda ku TV emu yadaakira kino keera ade yetesetese bulungi era ng'omuntu ana akeera wabeera oba akola wabeera. Tubadde wano abasajja babuuse ekikomera nga tawali n'omugwisa akola ba face bonna nga bambadde obukookolo bwe babuuse basanze abamawulire aba BBS fena nafa babaddewo ne batugamba ekamera esimu oba ina saawa gijje ku kikeke mu nsawo mwena mutuule wansi tutagala muntu n'omu afuguma kyekigabo kye bakozesezza ekyo oluvannyuma bazzeeko kumenya kuba olugi lwadde luggale ne balumenya ne bayingira munda Ssaalongo gy'abadde atudde oba gy'abadde agenze naye nga bakozesa amaanyi amayitirivu wabaddewo n'abamawulire be basanze muno mu nnyumba babafulumiza tekalinnya oluvannyuma Ssaalongo bamukutte ne bamufulumya naye omusajja muntu mukulu musajja wa kitiibwa bamukutte nga bakwata enkoko bamusassa amakooti bamukubya jjeeke kati kyekikubya jjeeke muntu ategwa maze oludde okuwa omuwambi omutadde ku gun point ate omukuba jjeeke yaki ebintu ebisinga wano Ssaalongo Erias Lukwago ng'omuntu yenna abamu n'obukosefu era yalina obukosefu emabega kaawo yali akaveebwere okumulongoosa eggumba lino tannaterera bulungi n'eddagala lyamira balimulesezza bakanyiza bagamba nti bannange lekakanakandakamya pressure mugende nako bakati twagala kumanya kwegamba baagala omuntu oba kumutta busse.
Now, for those watching outside Uganda or for young viewers who may not know the full story, let's talk about who Erias Lukwago is, because context is everything here. Erias Lukwago was born on May 11th, 1970 in Kabale, Uganda. He trained as a lawyer at Makerere University and the Law Development Center, and over the years he built reputation as one of Uganda's fiercest and most outspoken legal and political voice. In 2011, he was elected as the very first Lord Mayor of Kampala capital city, a historical milestone. He held that position for years, even surviving an impeachment attempt in 2013, which was quickly overturned by the High Court. He was re-elected in 2016 and again in 2021. He lost his seat in the January 2026 general election, but he did not fade into the background. Far from it, Lukwago has long been a thorn in the side of President Museveni's government. He has led street protests, faced tear gas, been arrested multiple times over the years for opposing the lifting of presidential age limit, for organizing demonstration, for simply trying to exercise rights that the constitution is supposed to guarantee. But perhaps most critically right now, Lukwago is the lead defense counsel in the high-profile treason and national security case against Dr. Kizza Besigye and his co-accused Haji Obeid Lutale. And that, as we're about to explain, may be at the very heart of what happened this morning. You cannot understand today's arrest without understanding the Kizza Besigye case. So let's break it down. Kizza Besigye, four-time presidential candidate and Uganda's most prominent opposition leader, was controversially abducted from Nairobi, Kenya in 2024 November by Ugandan security operatives, brought back to Uganda, where he was charged with treason and crimes against national security. The case has been deeply controversial from the start. Human rights group, legal experts, and opposition politicians have called it politically motivated, a move by the Museveni government to silence its most powerful critics. Lukwago stepped up by Besigye's lead defense lawyer, and in doing so, he put himself squarely in the crosshair of the state. In recent weeks, the case has hit a serious stalemate. Lukwago and his co-counsel, including former Kenyan Justice Minister Martha Karua, boycotted an evidence review session at Ruzira Upper Prison, citing that their clients were being denied proper access. Besigye and Lutale themselves have also refused to physically attend court proceedings in protest. And then, just days before today's arrest, Lukwago legal team was attempting to serve high court papers to General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, the chief of defense force and son of Museveni, a court had given General Muhoozi Kainerugaba 7 days to respond to a petition filed by Besigye and Rutari over alleged social media threats. Lukwago confirmed the Attorney General had been served, but that Muhoozi himself had not been yet reached.
Sisi baguma agambye nti Muhoozi Kainerugaba alina okwewozaako mu nnaku 7. Kakati olutalo lwe tulina nti olwaleero n'okutandika olwaleero tulina okufuna summons zino oba notice of motion tunoonye General Muhoozi wonna waali tumuwe empapula ajje yeewozeeko.
2 days later, Lukwago's home is surrounded by Special Forces Command, the SFC, an elite military unit that reports directly to the president. Draw your own conclusion, but Ugandans already are. Unsurprisingly, the reaction on social media and from political circles have been swift and fierce. The People's Front for Freedom, Lukwago's party, released a statement confirming the incident and saying, and I quote, "The circumstances surrounding his arrest and the case linked to it are yet to be investigated."
Anti Muhoozi yasindise drone.
Anti gubadde yakulira security. Gwalwa mulala ayinza okulagira yawamba bannamere yakola kikati eggwanga Muhoozi alitambuzaako ettundutundu ddene naye olwaliro specifically Lord Mayor gwadakeera okunoonya amukwasa empapula nga bamuyita mu kkooti yeewozeeko.
Family members, friends and supporters rushed to his Wakaliga home after the news broke, gathering outside in growing numbers. There is fear, there is anger, and there is a very familiar feeling for many Ugandans who have watched this pattern play out before. Human rights observers are pointing out the deeply troubling nature of this operation. A sitting officer of the court, the defense lawyer, being taken from his home by military officers with no charges, no warrant shown, no official explanation. That is not just a political story. That is a rule of law story. That is a human right story. International observers and journalists are also watching closely, particularly given that the Besigye case already attracted significant international attention when Besigye was abducted from Kenyan soil in 2024, an act that many legal scholars described as a violation of international law. Now let's zoom out for a moment, because what happened this morning is bigger than one man. Uganda is a country at a critical political crossroad. Yes, President Museveni has been in power since 1986, nearly 4 decades. Opposition voices have been systematically suppressed, journalists have been arrested, protesters have been shot, and now the lead lawyer in the country's most high-profile political trial has been picked up from his home by elite military forces before sunrise. What message does that send? It sends a message that no one is untouchable. Not your politician, not your activist, and even not your lawyer. It says that the courtroom itself may not be a safe space for legal challenges against the state. It also raises a critical question about the independence of Uganda's judicial. If lawyers can be arrested mid-trial, can justice be truly served? These are not hypothetical questions. They are questions that Ugandans and the international community must demand answers right now. Here's where we stand right now. Erias Lukwago, lawyer, politician, opposition leader, has been taken from his home by the Uganda Special Force Command. No official charge, no known location, no government statement. His family is waiting. His colleagues are demanding answers, and Ugandans across the country and in the diaspora are watching. We'll be updating the story as more information becomes available. If there are any development, any official statement, any news on his whereabouts, any court appearances, we'll bring that to you immediately. This is a story about one man's arrest, but it is also a story about the kind of a country Uganda is choosing to be. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any update. Hit the notification bell. Share the video, because right now the most powerful thing ordinary people can do is make sure the world is watching. I'll see you in the next update.